welcome, Uno. Not just regular Uno, Uno Ultimate. This is actually really fun. Saw this, we checked up some other things on it, and it just seemed like a fun thing. It's like Uno, but it's like deck building, deck kind of building with Uno. And it's Marvel, so it's kind of neat. Let's take a look at it. Here's the back of the box. For anybody who wants that. And then you get packs in here. 4 Chase Fool cards. So it's kind of like, again, like you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, and you open up the packs. And then there's the star in there. And we're going to show you how to play. There's our pack for this, not for sale. We're going to open that up. There's the rule book. Pretty simple. It's Uno. But you got these 4 decks you play with, and they all do different things. So you have Captain Marvel, Thor, Iron Man, and Black Panther. We already tested this out with some people that want to try it, and we played a few rounds with them, and then we didn't get a chance to play back Black Panther, even though he's got some cool abilities, so I kind of want to see what he does. It might be a little mixed up, but we're going to go through that here, and then we're going to end opening up this pack and seeing what the Chase full of cards we got. But the game is pretty simple, I would say. Uno Ultimate in a nutshell, it is Uno, so you're still playing the same Uno cards, but you have your own specific deck. You'll have, again, for this review, we'll do Captain Marvel and Iron Man for this here. Then we'll show off what the other ones do as well. But the objective of the game, again, is still be the first player to get rid of all the cards in your hand, or for this one, be the last player with cards in your character deck. So you're going to have your character deck, and you can be playing 2 to 4 players, and you're playing 4 players, saying the other 3 run out of cards, you win. Or if you get rid of all yours before they did, one of them did, you win. So yeah, it's very much like the Uno. So you have your character decks, which include your character cards, and a danger deck, which is different, which is pretty neat. And what you do, as we said, choose what superhero you want to play with, find their character deck, separate your character deck from the purple enemy and event cards. Those will be something else. Those will be combined with everyone else's enemy and event cards to be one, like, enemy event deck. And then whenever something happens, that's when that player will draw from that. Remove the character card from your deck, place it near you at all times so others can see it. And it'll tell you basically what character you are, obviously, you should know. And what your, like, kind of special ability you have throughout the game. Then take the top 7 cards from your character deck to form your hand, and then place the remaining cards face down in front of you to form your character deck draw pile. And in this game, there's stuff like add, draw, burn, and recover. Add would be like, take the number of cards indicated from your character, add them to your hand, draw, if a card tells you to draw 2, like an Uno and stuff like that. Burn is an interesting one. Burn is something where you take the cards from the top of your character deck and put them face up in a pile known as the burn pile next to your character deck. We'll talk more about that in a second. And recover, when a card effect says recover, take the number of cards indicated one at a time from the top of your burn pile, unless specified otherwise, and place them at the bottom of your character deck. Begin. Youngest player goes first. Play any card from your hand in the middle of the area. So unlike Uno, you don't have like something you flip and you play it. The first player will start something. And then you go clockwise, unless reverse is played, in which case it'll be counterclockwise. And then on your turn, obviously, start your turn. Resolve any start of turn effects from attacking enemies, once we get to the enemies and events, actions or whatever. If you have a character power that activates at the start of your turn, activate it now. You may. You play a card from your hand. If you have a character power that activates based on the card you played, resolve its effect now. Battle, if you have an enemy attacking, and you play the satisfactory card to defeat it, you do that and you defeat it. Danger. If the card you played has the danger icon, flip over the top card of the danger deck and resolve its effect. And then resolve any end of turn effects once you end your turn. And just like Uno, it has to be a matching card. When you play a card from your hand, it has to be matching on the discard pile by color, number, or symbol. You may choose to draw a card instead of playing one, even if you have a playable card in your hand. When your turn ends, play continues the next player in order. If you do not have a matching card, obviously you draw 1 card from your character deck. You may play it. If not, you just put in your hand and then pass along. And don't forget, just like everything else, when you have 1 card in your hand, you must yell Uno. And then if you don't, if someone calls you out, then you must draw 2 cards. As we said, there are 2 ways to win. Get rid of all the cards in your hand, you win. If you're the last player with cards in your character deck, you win. And then, of course, losing. If your character deck ever runs out, you're out of the game. And then everyone else keep playing until, someone does eventually win. If another player gets rid of all the cards in their hand. The typical action cards, draw 2, reverse, skip, wild. But the danger icons, some have danger icons on them. When you play a card with a danger icon, turn over the top card of the danger pile. And that'll be the stuff where you get 2 kinds of cards of the danger pile. So you can have enemy cards. When you draw an enemy card, place it in front of your character card. So now this enemy is attacking your character. If it's there, it is there, and it has like effects that'll be played when flipped and while attacking because of that. So you have to defeat it, and keep going there until you defeat it. So these effects could be pretty negative on your gameplay until you get rid of it. And if an enemy card is ever replaced by a new one, move the previous enemy to the danger discard pile. This does not count as defeating the enemy. So I'm like, that's the one thing that confused me. Like, does the effect still play? But it's no longer in the spot. You can only have one. So it's not defeated, so does the effect still go? It doesn't really say. So if anyone can in the comments, let me know about that part, how that actually works. An enemy is only defeated when you play the card that matches the correct one where it says it to. An enemy cannot be defeated on the turn it is drawn. Each enemy has its own defeat cost, yada yada. Wild cards cannot be used to defeat it, unless it specifically says wild. Event cards. An event card forces one or more players to take an action. After the action on the event card has been taken, the event is considered completed and put in the danger discard pile. And like everything, if the danger discard pile runs out, shuffle it to form and create the new danger deck. Uno All Wild was like my favorite Uno thing to play this year. I'm like, oh, that freshens things up a bit. Well, then so does this. I hope they make other characters and decks to play with this, because it's pretty neat, I have to admit. So let's take a look at each deck and then the symbols, and we'll give you some examples here. Shall we? We have Uno Ultimate. There's Captain Marvel's character. I do like the art on all of these. They're very nice art. So I have these separated. Let's see. So Captain Marvel's character. So there's the name, there's the art, nice art, there's the symbol. And her ability is Cosmic Energy, which is once per turn before you play a card, you may add 1 card to change the active color to a color of your choice. So basically what you're going to do is you basically take a card from your character deck pile, put one in your hand, just change the color to, like, say, blue, and then you can play the blue that's in your hand. Like, if you didn't have the color of your choice, you're taking a card to add a card, to change it to whatever you want. So that's kind of a nice ability. It had its usage there because you can see what she does here. We'll go through that. And we'll go through that, through the art and everything. 7th Sense, like this one here, it's so this will be the wild card. And then recover 3 cards. So it's a special thing there. So when you play that, obviously change to whatever color you want. And then recover 3 cards. And recover again is by recovering from your burn pile. And then you put it to the bottom deck. So it's kind of helpful where, oh no, I'm going to run out of cards in my deck, because you might go fast sometimes with this. It hasn't happened too much yet where we had the trouble of decking out, but it's possible. Excuse the squeaky chair. But, maybe we'll get a little bit more of that. But, that's what happens. So you can put those 3, any 3 you want, put them to the bottom of your new draw deck. We'll pretend that that right there is the draw deck for her. So that'll be the stuff you draw. Like when it says add the card to your hand to change whatever color you want. And when you play this one for your turn in the pile in the plane of the game, I'll say blue as the color. And then I'll recover the cards, the burn cards there, and put them back on the bottom of my deck. As you can see here, we'll show off more of the art. As you can see here, we'll show off more of the art. So that's a yellow 5. So again, it's just like Uno. You have to match the color or the number or the symbol. So you have skip. There's 6. There's the +2. And then that's the one that has the danger symbol. The little symbol. When you play that, you'll have to choose the card from the event pile, which will be everyone who's playing. Shuffle together, you draw it, and you do what it says. And we'll get to that in a second. +2 again. Stop. Skip, I mean. 1 with the danger symbol. Blue. And then Cosmic Fusion. If played on top of another wild card, you may play again. I liked playing this, so this was kind of a fun thing. Where I'm like, cool, if my opponent played it or I played it earlier, and everyone got like, something couldn't happen where they couldn't play, so it let down. Then I'm like, cool, I get to play this and then do it again. So that's kind of a nice ability. I like that one. Good art on that one. I like that one a lot. Like the cool little alien she's fighting against. And that's just a cool pose in general. So you got that cool side there. That's just good artwork. I like the art choice on a lot of these. That's very nice. Of course, that's reverse, skip. And then the 7 cents, so you have a couple of those. You have like 3 of those. I think you have like 3 or 2 of stuff. This one was also really good. Photonic Beam. Choose a player to add 1 card and flip a danger card. So you choose a player, any player, and tell them, okay, you got to add a card, so draw a card, and then flip over a danger card, and they have to resolve it. But luckily enough on this, since it was the start of their turn, they might be able to stop it on their following turn. But still have to suffer through with what it tells them to do. Higher, further, faster. So wild again, and the next player adds 3 cards. After you play that, I'll say green. And then on the next player has to add 3 cards from their character deck to their hand. There's more of that. And you see what I'm getting at, right? And there's another Photonic Beam. Cosmic Fusion. If another played another card, yeah, you may play again. I like the theming of this. Plus the artwork on this is very nice. Good artwork for this. Very nice artwork. And then we'll go through her event cards. So as you can see, we'll just do it like this. So there's the villain. So this is her villain character, is Yon Rogg. Just an example. When flipped, burn 1 card from your hand and then add 1 card. And then while attacking, so while this is out, when you change the active color, add 2 cards. So that kind of hurts her, or it'll hurt any player who has to go through this. And the defeat part tells you, play a green or red. That's it. And then you got Ronin. When flip, burn 2 cards while attacking. If you make someone add or draw cards, you must do the same. To defeat, play a wild. See what I'm saying? Scrolls, play any number, and they tell you what to do there. Play a yellow or a green. And then event. So when that happens, the player who, draws from this deck has to either battle them, and it stays there till they defeat it, or if they get this, change the active color to a color of your choice. So these aren't all bad. Burn 1 card from your hand unless it's your last card. Burn 3 cards. Add a card. So this one's not terrible, but these ones are bad for you. And then every character will have something different like that. Like we said, here's Iron Man. My buddy really liked his ability. Proton Cannon. When you play a card with, the event symbol, the danger symbol, all our players burn 1 card. That adds up fast. That eventually... added up pretty fast. So Iron Man right now, we'll put her back here for now. Now we're focused on Iron Man. Let's just have some fun and show off what his things do. So you have Whiplash. When flipped, burn 1 card while attacking. At the start of your turn, add a card. To defeat, play one of those 3 colors. Conspiracy, all players add 2 cards, so it can affect everyone or just you when you draw it. Then you get this. Madam Mask. Burn 2 cards. While attacking, you can play any number. You can only play number cards. So until you defeat... I guess I should explain it. So again, that's while attacking. So, when flipped, you do the burn 2 effect. Now, when she stays in play until you defeat her, throughout that, on your next turn, unless you don't have that stuff there, you're going to always, when playing your cards while attacking, when playing your cards in the center like everyone else does, you can only play number cards. So you only play number cards until you defeat her with this. Full event, all players with more than 1 card in their hand must burn 1 card from their hand. And then all players burn 2 cards, and then this is just the reverse. So again, you take whoever you're playing with, so you would shuffle these in, if it was just 2 and 2 with the Captain Marvel ones. Shuffle this together, and they'll be mixed, and that'll be what you have for your event deck. Now let's go over Iron Man real quick, just for fun, just to see what he does. Because he had some pretty neat gameplay, because as you saw with this ability, you make other players burn a card. Good artwork again on all this. Iron Man, I love Iron Man. Iron Man's awesome. Alright, Repulsor Blast. In the current order of play, all other players flip a danger card and do what it says for his wild. Reactor Burn. All players add 1 card. So they all have these little themes for it, which I find very fun and very fascinating, and I hope they make more. There's a lot of superheroes from Marvel, so they can keep doing more. Reactor Burn. So this one was kind of focusing on making other players burn through their decks, which was kind of interesting. And I know there were more... something else there wasn't for it. That's pretty cool. There you go. All players burn 3 cards. Power drain. Other players cannot use their character powers till the start of your next turn. All players burn 3 cards. Yeah, so it's very interesting. So this will be your deck as you play. So this is all you're going to be playing. You draw your 7 cards, and you're going to be playing these like you play Uno normally. And then it all affects and whatever, and your ability stays in play. Now let's go through real quick. Just to see what Thor does. When you change the active color, the next player burns 2 cards. And I'm not sure, but in the book it says, like if you're to play a wild card or a card that changes the color, not if the number in front was, say, Iron Man's. Let's say this was the card, Captain Marvel's green 6, and you had a 6. Perfect. But it was the red. That would change the color, technically. And I'm like, wow, we were playing that. I'm like, wow, that made people... that effect happened a lot then. But I think in the book it says if it were to change it through, like it says, when he plays wild card. So it makes you say, so this will keep you with your strategy with your wild card and stuff. So I think it's only through that. Let me know in the comments if that's wrong or not. But it's pretty good. And then here's all this other stuff. Whoop. Asgard Assault. Choose a player to add 1 card and burn 1 card. Whoop. Thunder Plunder. Choose a player to skip their next turn. That one kind of sucked for a while. Bifrost Blow. Choose a player to burn cards equal to the number of enemies currently attacking all players. That was a fun one. When they were playing that against me, it's like, oh, we're going through a lot. And then whatever that thing's name is, Revenge. Defeat an enemy attacking you. The next player must burn 1 card. So that's kind of good. And that's basically it for all their little special cards that do stuff. It's pretty neat. Thor then has, you know, Hela, burn 1 card. At the start of your turn, all players burn 1 card. And you have stuff like Shock, burn 2 cards. Blot, the next card. Played, cannot be a wild card. Trample. Loki is in there as well. And that's it. Destroyer. Not Destroyer, but Destroyer. Alright, and lastly, Black Panther. So his ability, when you defeat an enemy, recover 2 cards. And then there's his art. There's his cool stuff there. Nice art. And then you go through all that. All the colors there. And then there's his wild card with abilities. Choose a player to add 1 card. You recover 2 cards. Wakanda Forever. Defeat an enemy who was attacking you. So that's pretty nice. No skip cards may be played by anyone until the start of your next turn. And then recover 4 cards. All other players recover 2 cards. And then, of course, this. For his characters, rejuvenate, recover 2 cards. Have an enemy attack you, discard from play. Skip the next player, so it's just basically a skip. And all that. But that's it. He seemed fun. When defeat an enemy, recover 2 cards. So I feel like that can help so you don't deck out. So it seemed like an interesting strategy for him. But overall, I really enjoyed the game. Again, really like the Captain Marvel art. Like, that one's really good. That one's really good. The Iron Man, good. She looks really good there. The Thor art looks really good. He looks pretty, like, rocking and, like, badass, you know what I'm saying? And that's Uno Ultimate. Any questions? Try it out. It's fun. Its regular price basically is just $14.99, so it's not bad for an Uno game. And last but not least, let's open these up. What hollows did we get from this? Let's see. We are going to try and open these up in a nice way. Try. It's like opening up Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards, people. It's like that. Alright. Could just sell them, because these people are like, oh, we're going to sell a lot for these things. But it's like, yeah, but what if we get something cool from it? What if you don't? Oh, well. The only downside is I would have to sleeve these, so I don't know about playing them just as they are. So let's see who we got. Okay, he looks cool. And then I think they show you, like, the rarity. There's a color of dots on there. Green, common, uncommon is blue, rare, super rare, and ultra rare. Woohoo. So we have a rare one here. Eye of Agamotto. Choose an active color. In turn order, all our players take turns burn a card until someone burns a card of the chosen color. Looks pretty cool, all hollowed out. Spider-Man, also yellow. Great power, great responsibility. Skip the next player. They add one card and burn one card. Looks pretty neat, I would say. There's that power drain we saw from this. So that's a blue. So this is just an uncommon, but it still looks nice. And Black Panther, green. So we got a common, an uncommon, and a rare. No super rares, of course, and no ultra rares. It's like open up packs regularly. So there's that, and we'll do some more, because we also got the expansions. See you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash the like button. It lets us know you care. We appreciate all this. This is a fun game. My family's been enjoying it. My friends have been enjoying it. We got other people who go like, I'm going to go get that and try it out now with their family and their friends. It's pretty fun. I hope they come up more than... There's these 4, then there's 3 other ones. So there's 7 altogether. Hopefully they come out some more. Thanks for watching. It's awesome that you watch and partake and to try this game out. It's a fun way of playing Uno. A very fun way of playing Uno. See you next time. Stay gnarly, my friends.